Hey guys, welcome to episode number 73. We are here on Route 24/Route 25, trying to find Latias. I was trying to find a good route in Kanto, where we could just bounce back and forth between two routes that both had grassy fields, and it was a little hard to come by. One idea was to, let me use my cursor here, go to these two watery routes, I think 24 and 25. The only downside there is there's no non-grass to walk in, or no non-water to walk in, rather. So by walking between routes, I might have ran into wild Pokemon. It'd be great to have somewhere centrally located, but I just don't think any route like that exists. Cycling Road only has the one patch of grass, and these are all individual routes. There's here, but you need to have cut, and I don't have cut currently on my team. I guess I could have gotten cut, but let's give this a try for the time being and see if we can get lucky with these two routes. The downside here is it's a little bit out of the way, so we have to get a little luckier for Latias to come here, but there are grassy routes in both areas, so we won't have to go back and forth as far. Latias is going farther away, so let's do like 3 resets. Still very far away. I'm going to do like 5 resets. 3, 4, 5. Like we discussed during the Legendary Dogs, every time you change a route, the roamer also changes, so if you need to reset, just keep running around. Now, of course, it can move routes back the way it came, so it doesn't move super fast. It's getting there, going around by Palatown this time. Wonder if we could try to like cut it off there. We could, but the downside there is if you're in like Viridian City, you'd have to kind of guess which way it goes, which maybe isn't so bad. Oh, it's going all the way over to Mount Silver. Didn't know it could even go there. One area of Kanto, or I guess technically Johto, we haven't been to yet. That's weird, because Latias really only stays in Kanto. At least I hope it only stays in Kanto, or we'll have to be chasing it to Johto. Interesting. Is it going to go over to Johto? Not sure if that's a thing or not. Like, does it just stay in Kanto because it's unlikely for it to go over there? No, it seems to be bouncing back now. Alright, still there. I'm wondering if it might be a better idea just to go to Palatown. Or like Viridian City back and forth. Even though we have to go through a city to get to 2 different routes. It seems to be a little more likely to hang in that area than it does to get to Cerulean and then make that jump up here. It's really staying there now. Let's go ahead and fly there, and I imagine it's going to move as well, but hey, we can give it a shot. As I said before, I think when you fly, it like does a complete reset. I guess the logic is that when you're walking from route to route, you're barely moving. But when you're flying, like, time goes by. Well, it is still here, but we can't go south, because as soon as we go south, it's going to move. So let's instead go west and hope it moves west. We could also risk it and go north. See, it went north. We should have gone north. Alright, luckily, if we go to Viridian... Where's it going? It's going south. I'm gonna keep trying west. Oh, here we go. This should be our first encounter with the legendary Pokemon, Latias, or just a random Pokemon. No, it's Latias. Okay, so it doesn't have the cool music like the dogs do. Level 35. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was 45. So in that case, there wasn't really a reason to train up Gengar. As you can see, I did train up Gengar. I did some rematches against that biker on Cycling Road the other day. Alright, so Latias can't escape, and Latias does not know Roar. It might know Whirlwind. Shadow Ball will almost certainly be a one-shot. I'm going to put it to sleep just in case. Oh, crap! Gengar is still holding choice specs. I'm an idiot. Okay, well... Let me just chuck some dust balls. I'll make it really lucky, right? That's really annoying. You know what else I could do? In fact, let's do that. I'm going to use Mean Look until I'm forced to struggle. It doesn't know recover is the question. At the very least, we can scout out its moveset. It knows Refresh, which could heal its status moves, but the only status move I plan on giving it is Sleep. So if it can use Refresh, that means it's awake, which means it's already here to sleep. That did a lot of damage. Okay, critical hit. You can probably survive one more. Water Sport, that's just a weird move. Never really found a good use for Water Sport. So what I'm going for here... Oh, okay, is Struggle. Does Latias have Pressure? No, it does Levitate. Don't Dragon Breath, don't Dragon Breath. Water Sport, that's fine. Okay. Because now I can kind of chip away at it with Struggle. And I don't think that Struggle can critical hit. I could be wrong there, but I am under the impression that it cannot. So we'll see how this goes, and hopefully we don't crit and make it faint. Alright, pretty much healed up now. Latias will just refresh. So this is what happens when you have a choice specs and you use up the power points of the move you were trying to use. So it looks like one more struggle should be just enough. I'm hoping we don't get like a weird damage spread and end up knocking it out. It's going to be really close. But at this point, what do I have to lose, right? I'm going to use a floor store. That's not what I meant to hit. I guess I'll use struggle instead. Alright, Latias, survive this hit, survive this hit. Okay, not bad. It's in the red. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do now except to chuck, well, I guess I'll use a full restore. I always forget which one full restore is under. Maybe it's under both, since it's both status and health. I'm using the full restore here just because I want to heal it up, or heal her up in one turn. Give us more turns to use Dusk Balls. I wonder if their power points change between battles. I hope so, because otherwise you could like delete or deplete rather all of their Dusk Balls, all of their power points, and then they would just struggle until they die, and there's not really a way to stop that. So that would be very unfortunate. I guess the one bright side to the legendary beasts having Roar is that they're not likely to run out of power points for a very long time, because after a certain point they'll just use Roar and end the battle. Yeah, I'd love to put Latias to sleep, but I can't believe Gengar, he has choice specs from when I was training with him is what she has, and I just forgot to take it off. Usually I'm pretty careful about that too, making sure I don't put a Pokemon in the PC when it has one of my good items, just in case I need it later and can't find it. Alright, so we're going to just go ahead and keep chucking Dust Balls, and I thought we'd get lucky there. Mist Ball, we haven't seen that yet. That's a Psychic type attack. It's Latias' signature move. So this might be a one-shot on Gengar. Not quite. I'm really torn here. Let's do one more Dust Ball. Because there's just no way out here unless I let Gengar faint or run away. Or I catch it with a Dust Ball, but I'd rather get the odds up. I think it's going to be... I think our odds are better of catching it sooner in the long run if we run away, take off the choice band, heal up our power points, find it again, and put it to sleep. I think that's going to be the way to go. Because it can't roar, so it can never run away again unless I screw up somehow. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Sorry, Latias, and sorry, viewers, that we'll have to find Latias again, because that was kind of annoying. But, I do think this is going to be a solid investment for the future. And it does seem like this Viridian thing is a pretty good place to find it. Since we can, even though we have to go through a city, there's no, like, gatehouses or anything. So it's not too bad. I was hoping that Sea Route or Bill's Cottage would be a good place, but turns out they're really not that great. Alright, healing up. I suppose we could give a choice band to Gengar. Is there a better item? I'm sorry, not did I say choice band? Oh, I said choice band. A citrus berry is what I was trying to say. Not even close. Yeah, there's not really any other things Latias could do. It could paralyze me, but I could always use a full heal, so. Lepa berry, not really. Alright, citrus berry, there we go. As you can tell, I did grow like another, no, I didn't mean to use it. I did grow another Pasho berry. They take a while to grow, though. Alright, yes, give me my choice specs. I did bring Kingler, not for Latias, because obviously as soon as I switch out Gengar, the mean look ends, and Latias will escape. Kingler is for another Pokemon, depending on how fast we can capture Latias. Alright, how we doing here? Alright, picked the wrong route. Nope, Latias is going the wrong way. Come back, Latias, come back. Alright, she heard me. Nope. Yeah, the downside here is Latias gets 2 moves. So it could move like to Pallet and then here, which is kind of what I have to hope for when it's the north route. Right now it can move to the upper route and then down to where I am, so this could work. But it could also move that way, and now it's in the middle of the map. So let's do a few of these. It's going around that way now. So now we have to kind of just wait until Latias makes a loop all the way around. I almost want to just check those middle routes, but I don't know, maybe that's a better idea to go to Saffron and then just, when you see it in one of the nearby routes, just go to one, but then you only have a 1 in 4 chance. Here I feel like it's a little better than that. Because Latias can only go to one of 3 routes. Is it me or did Latias move really far that time? Sorry for the music change too, that's probably a little bit annoying. Because we are going between a city and a route, not a route and a route. We can put on Game Boy sounds if that'll help. They do stay on when you move routes, which is pretty cool. I was doing the battle tower, or one of the battle facilities, and I was like, this music sounds a lot like the old music. It's funny that they have this in one of the battle facilities. Then I realized it is the old music from the GB sounds. Or Game Boy sounds, I guess is the other way to pronounce it. There we go, bring back memories. It's kind of jarring though. Or at least after a while. Maybe that's just me, but after a while, like playing a new game with the old music, it just seems weird. Like when I played Red and had the old music, that was great. That's part of the experience. It was awesome. But now just seeing the new screen and hearing the old music, my brain's like, whoa, am I hearing a different Game Boy? What's going on? It doesn't quite get it. Alright, come on, Latias. What else do I have to talk about? I didn't even look there, I just hit the button. I'm just like assuming at this point that's not going to be where I want it to be. I think we can probably get away with 2. Yeah, going the wrong way. I think I did, I don't know what the crackling noise was, maybe just a loose connection, but knock on wood, I think that went away. If you guys hear it again, let me know, although I don't usually post these things till like a month after I record, so it might be a little too late then. If you do hear any crackling, I apologize, but I think I have it fixed. Alright, let's try Saffron, just for a change of pace. I'm sure as soon as I fly to Saffron, Latias is going to fly over here. Also, one thing to note, Latias, because it's like a flying Pokemon, can appear. Oh, it's nearby! Let's see if it'll go north. Can appear over water, but Entei and Raikou cannot, because that wouldn't make as much sense. Suicune makes sense, it can run on water as we've seen, but it's not a roamer in this game. Not sure if it can appear on watery routes in Gen 2, I don't think so. Alright, so it didn't actually move, interestingly. Or I guess when I went to Saffron it moved once and then it moved right back. So we have to get like really lucky here. Doing it again, although I suppose if I go down here, and it's, oh, maybe that's not the transition, maybe this is the transition. And it moves north, I know not to go north, but it didn't go north, it's not moving at all. Or is it moving and then, I don't know what's going on. Because I bet you if I went out the west gatehouse, it would move. Alright, well let's test that theory. Maybe I'm not actually on the route, maybe the route splits after the gatehouse? Could that be? But I mean, the Saffron City sign is appearing, so I don't know. Where is it now? right on top of me. Is it going to move when I go outside here? Let's give it a try. I did take the choice specs, right? Just triple checking. And we did heal up, right? I know we did, I'm just being extra cautious here. Yep, we got all our mean looks. Very nice. This does seem, yep, seems like a special encounter, and there she is. Welcome back, Latias. Glad to see you again. I've always really liked the Latias, or the Latias trio, or duo. There's no hidden third one. I actually like their Mega Evolutions too. I haven't had a chance to use them in any way, but I hope we have the old music here too, that's cool. But they do seem like a pretty good upgrade. Latias is a little more defensive, and Latios is a little more offensive. I think when I first started playing Ruby and Sapphire, oh, it missed, not great. I liked Latias better just because I'm pretty sure it was the region exclusive in, or the game exclusive in Sapphire, which is kind of weird. You think Latias being blue would be Sapphire, but I'm pretty sure it was actually Latias. Don't yell at me if I'm wrong, it's been like more than 10 years, but I feel like I have that connection to Latias that I always have to Pokemon who appear in the first game I play of each generation. Alright, it should be pretty good now. But as time went on, Latios, it's like a nice sweeper. It has great speed, great attack, great move pool. It's just a really awesome Pokemon. Latias is cool too, but it doesn't really have the typing to be a good defensive Pokemon. Its typing is more offensive. It's weak to like Ghost, Dark, Fairy, Dragon, Bug. Ah, it was like this close. You can't see it, but I'm making like a little tiny pinch with my fingers. Alright, it did wake up, so let's put it to sleep. Have a nice nap, Latias. Wish I could have one as well, but maybe after this episode. More of a sleep, less of a nap. And as I think I probably mentioned, I did use a Latios on my competitive team in Gen 6. It was a lot of fun. I had dual Dragon Sweepers, one special, one physical, and they both had very different roles to play too. But the nice thing was, most teams only had like one real dragon counter, so if I could take one of them out, even if it meant sacrificing one of my two dragons, the other one could usually do a pretty good sweep after that. Alright, getting pretty lucky with these hypnosis attacks. That's always nice. Now if we could just get a little lucky with that Dusk Ball. We still probably have time for the non-roamer because it's not roaming, so it won't be. It won't require quite as much luck to find. Unfortunately, Latias is waking up quite a bit. Alright, as long as it doesn't crit with a Mist Ball, we should be okay. Ooh, I say that, and then okay, special attack, I'm okay. I thought it was special defense, but I think, that makes sense. Latias is defensive, its signature move would lower special attack, or have a chance to, and there's the Citrus Berry, so I think we're okay to survive one more if I use a Hypnosis. I was going to use a healing move there, just in case it used, yep, 2 Mist Balls in a row. And that's exactly what happened, but I think we healed up enough. Okay, good job, Gengar, good job. Another special attack drop, that's fine. If I lose like 6 special attack drops, I wonder if I could use a Shadow Ball. I wouldn't risk it, because it is super effective, we're 20 levels higher, and Gengar has a really high special attack stat, so even at -6, it might be a knockout. But that would be interesting to know. Right, let's go ahead and heal up Gengar all the way. And we basically have to wait for a turn when Latias does not use Mist Ball. Now, I am a little worried about its power points, though. Okay, Water Sport. I don't remember how many power points Water Sport has. It might be one of those dumb moves that has like 40 power points, which would be great in this case, so I am hopeful. Looks like our luck is running out here. But basically the only way Latias can escape from us is to get a critical hit. Okay, good. I always get really nervous. I think it's like a 70 base power move with a 50% chance of dropping your stat, which is why we're getting the drops so often. So it's interesting that it's an interesting trade-off against like Psychic, which has 20 more base power, but only a, I think, 20% chance or 10% chance of lowering your special defense. And Latias knows Mist Ball, Latios knows Luster Purge, which is similar, but as I said, I think lowers your special defense instead. Alright, I'm worried it's down to just using Water Sport and Mist Ball. What else did it know? Refresh, that might not have a lot of power points, and I haven't seen a lot of Dragon Breath, so it probably has some Dragon Breaths left. Alright. Looks like I'm just being paranoid. Even if we run out of Hypnosis power points, I can use Level Berries. It's another wasted turn, or another turn that I'm not throwing a ball. But it's not the end of the world. This is probably going to end in one of these like awkward times where it's like not enough time to catch another Pokemon, but also not enough time to make like a full episode. So we'll play that one by ear. Hopefully we'll catch this guy soon. Unfortunately, I just can't make it. I can't lower its health with Gengar, and if I switch, the Mean Look will not take effect. I should have noticed how much damage it did with Mist Ball, but I think Gengar can probably survive a Dragon Breath plus a Mist Ball. It'll be a little close. Maybe I should have used some Zinc on Gengar as well to increase its special defense. Don't really have that kind of money though. Alright, we do have plenty of Dust Balls. Maybe I should stock up on more before our next capture, but whatever. If this goes on more than a few more minutes, I will break episodes and do that. Might even do some more gym battles in between, in that case. It's funny, I have this spreadsheet where I keep track of all the Pokemon I'm using in these games, and it's the same one that I found that I used throughout not my life, but I guess since like Gen 3, Gen 4, whenever I started really tracking those things, probably Gen 4, it's probably somewhat recent, but it's still like, I want to see when it's created. I should look that up ahead of time. But an interesting thing that I saw on the spreadsheet was I had a Heartgold tab where I actually kept track of all the gym leaders. And it's funny remembering back to the last time I did this game. I think it was in like, I don't know, 2010 maybe? I don't know when the game came out. Maybe a little after that. But I could probably just think back. I remember I did it right before, or right after. I want to say right before. A trip to California with a friend and my cousin. But I don't really remember when that trip was. It's just funny how long ago that seemed. It's like, oh, that's the last time I was playing Heartgold, was 8 or 9 years ago or whatever it was. It was a good trip. I've actually been back to California since then, a few years ago. I don't even remember like when it was. Oh, come on, come on! Ah! Once again, tantalizingly close. I feel like it was... Okay. So I studied abroad in Rome one summer. That was between my junior and senior year of college. And I'm pretty sure it was the winter before that, the winter break before that, when I went to California. So I could backtrack and figure that out, but I'm done killing time at this point. I know you guys probably don't really care, so... the important thing is, we caught Latias. It communicates using telepathy. Its body is covered in down that refracts light to make it invisible. Such a cool Pokemon. We are not going to give Latias a nickname, though. Alright. What does Lyra have to say? Hello, it's Lyra. Good evening. I once caught a whiff of Meryl's scent. It smelled like a dust mop. I was so surprised. I decided to give it baths more often. Alright, thank you, Lyra. I thought you were, like, somehow calling to congratulate me on Latias, but I don't know how you would know that. Maybe it's the telepathy. Regardless, I'd rather make this a long episode than a short episode, so let's fly to Cerulean City. Mainly because I do need to do this before we can get Lieutenant Surge's phone number, which I can only do on Friday mornings. Let's heal up while we're here in Cerulean. We'll hear the old Pokemon Center music from Red and Blue. Or, you know, I think it might actually be Gold and Silver. Gotta like close my eyes and listen. No, I think it's Red and Blue. It might have been the same music in both games, but it definitely sounds like Red and Blue. I just played Red not too long ago, so I should know. All right, still a pretty good team here. I don't need to use Mean Look, so I could lead with Kingler, but I'm not sure I want to do that. It could be very dangerous. So, as you could guess by now, from where I'm heading, Lieutenant Surge, legendary Pokemon, not that way. obviously we are going to the power plant to encounter Zapdos. I believe Zapdos is just standing there. Moltres and Articuno are a little harder to get to. They are still in, actually, Articuno is still in Seafoam Islands, which I assume are still pretty big. I don't know that for a fact. Moltres relocated from Victory Road to Mount Silver. Flew over one mountain. So we might head to Mount Silver a little before the end of the game, just to catch Moltres. I'll see how that plays out. But Zapdos, his haunt was the power plant, which of course is gone now. Or renovated. So if I'm not mistaken, Zapdos is right out front, although I don't see it yet. Which is a little bit alarming. I'm not sure where else Zapdos would be. Thought it was here. And there it is, okay. Should we save? Probably, but I'm not going to. I'll just capture Latias again. Or Latias again if I have to. Alright, so we will give Gengar a citrus berry, because you never know when it might make a difference. Lapdos. I really can't talk tonight. Zapdos has a very good special attack stat. And a very good speed as well, so I don't think it'll outspeed Gengar. I think Gengar is probably going to be like 5 levels higher. Yeah. And Gengar is also a very fast Pokemon. So we will try to put it to sleep, and then switching King... Actually, you know what? Let's put it to sleep, because why not? Agility. Well, now Zapdos is faster. Alright, Zapdos will fix that problem. It's too bad this isn't like the AI in Red and Blue, where the AI thought that Agility was a Psychic type attack, which it is, but it didn't realize that it doesn't do damage, so... Like in this scenario, if a trainer had Zapdos, they would just use Agility over and over again, which is really dumb. I think it can probably survive 2 Nightshades. And the bright side is that Nightshade can't crit. So at least we'll know what it does. It doesn't have a damage spread either. It's always, in this case, 55 damage. Okay, so... Can it do 3? Oh, this is going to be so close. Or do I use a Shadow Ball? That's like so close. See, Gengar is 5 levels higher, but it's also a very low HP. It's just so close. I really don't want to knock out Zapdos, because then I have to catch Latias again. It might leave it with like 1 or 2 HP, but it might also be like exactly enough to kill it. So let's just use Hypnosis in case Zapdos wakes up. And basically, once I get a fresh sleep on it, I'll switch into Kingler and try to sneak in a couple false swipes. Now it's been using Agility, which is great, but I bet as soon as I bring in Kingler, it's gonna like wake up and then use an electric attack. Luckily, Zapdos can't run away, so I can always just revive, and I think we'll be okay. It'll just take more time. So I wonder if a Thief probably would knock it out even if it crit. Kingler does have a really good... Actually, Thief wouldn't do more than Full Swipe, though, so I might as well just use Full Swipe. And Stomp and Cut. Cut will probably be okay. I feel like Stomp is pushing my luck with a crit from Kingler's high attack stat. I don't know. It probably could survive even a critical hit Stomp, but I'm just paranoid about knocking it out. That's like the only way that I'll be really sad is if I knock it out. So I'm just going to play it safe and use Full Swipe. Alright, nice and low, we can get it even lower, don't use an electric attack. Okay, I'll take Ancient Power. Pretty sure Kingler can survive an Ancient Power because it's only 60 base attack and it doesn't get stab. There's my Citrus Berry, so it did 55 damage, so it looks like we can probably survive too, due to the Citrus Berry. Alright, and that's probably 1 HP, Charge. Now that'll be a knockout. And I think at this point I'm not going to bother reviving Kingler. Oh, Charge! I'm thinking of Discharge. Alright, so in that case we're good. Alright, well I don't want to give it a free attack in Gengar. So let's just... Oh, there's Discharge. So Charge increases special defense, clearly, but I think it also increases your special attack? That can't be right. Or it increases the damage your next move does? Maybe that's what it is. Your next special move, something like that. It's a weird move, wouldn't really recommend it, but it might have some use somewhere. Alright, so let's bring out Gengar, put Zapdos to sleep, and at that point it should be pretty easy to capture. Wonder if it's worth using a fastball. It might be. Zapdos is fairly fast. I can't remember its base speed. I want to say it's like 90 or 100 or 110. I have no idea. I think it's 110. I think it's actually pretty fast. Quick ball. Where are you, quick ball? I know I had a few left, didn't I? Or did I use them all on fastball? Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Quick ball is the one I use right away. Got it right the first time. Alright, so we have 8 fastballs. Zapdos is pretty fast. Should be a pretty good catch rate. It is asleep and at 1 HP. Don't think our chances will get much higher than this. Even if it is only like semi-fast, then it'll well, I don't know. I think it's all or nothing with a fastball. Not like low kick, which has like different tiers of heaviness. I think fastball is either you're faster than 100 base speed or you're not. But I think Zapdos is. It's gonna wake up soon. Yep, there it is. Alright, charge is not too bad. I don't know if it's gonna like I don't know if it has to use a move on the next turn or if it's just the next move it uses. Because it might knock out Gengar. But we can at least put it to sleep. And that'll delay its next move. As we use another fastball. Come on, Zapdos, the faster you get captured, the sooner I can go to sleep. Come on. Oh, Zapdos, you're just like being mean to me now. It's okay, you're always, well, I don't know, Zapdos is like my second favorite bird. Articuno has always been my favorite. We will catch Articuno a little later on in the Let's Play. If I figured Zapdos is just sitting here in front of the power plant, it's easy to get to, I would make it a nice partner for Latias in this episode. Zapdos is easily the most useful legendary bird in like competitive battling. I've always just like really liked the design of. I like the design of Zapdos too, to be honest. But Articuno is just a really nice design, and it had a really weird sprite. But like in the TV show and in later generations, it's pretty cool looking. It has a really nice. I think it has. I know it has a good special defense stat, which is weird for an ice type. I think it also has a pretty good special attack stat. Although maybe I'm wrong, because in Pokemon Go it doesn't have very good offensive capabilities. So who knows? But there weren't really that many Gen 1 ice types to choose from, so I always liked it for that reason. Alright, once again, it is sleep time. Zapdos, as you can tell, has pressure, so it is using my power points up twice as quickly. But the main reason Zapdos is useful is because, again, good speed and attack. It also has a lot of good utility moves. It can learn Roost to heal itself up. It can learn Tailwind. It can learn Light Screen, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it can learn like Taunt or anything like that. But maybe. I haven't really used a Zapdos. I'm sure I fought a number in my day, but I don't really remember at this point. It's one of those Pokemon that's been very useful probably from Gen 1 all the way through current Gen. At least in certain situations. There might have been 1 or 2 metas where it wasn't as useful, but it's only weak to Rock and Ice, so that's pretty good. And it can actually negate both those weaknesses with Roost. In which case it becomes like a mind game of like, is it going to roost or isn't it? Alright, we have used all of our... Let's use the Luxury Ball. Why not? I'm just going to go for it. Lower catch rate, but you never know. Alright, worth a shot. On to Dusk Balls it is. Let's see, at that point it become a guessing game like, do I use a ground move and hope it roosts? And I waste it if not? Or do I use a rock move and hope it doesn't roost? Doesn't have any consistent weaknesses. It also, I think, has a decent defense stat. And if you train to be bulky, it can actually be fairly bulky. Discharge. This might hurt. Alright, good. Not sure if that was, like, effective. Okay, 49 to 133. It's too late to do math. That's 51 plus 33 is 84. No, I think another discharge will finish off Gengar. So I'm going to just, let's heal up with a Citrus Berry, that should be enough. And just wait for a turn where it uses anything other than Discharge. Or actually probably anything other than Ancient Power and Discharge. Alright, Agility will do just fine. Because now, unless it crits, I can survive its next attack. Even if it does crit, I can always revive Gengar because Zapdos will not flee, thankfully. Or should I say thankfully? Huh. One of those dumb jokes I can only make when I'm very tired. Alright, that is not a Pokeball. I am awake enough to realize that. Alright, Zapdos, we have 28 Dust Balls, and one of these has your name on it. It'll be a nice comfy home, they're all identical, just choose one. This doesn't end until I catch you. We're running out of Pokeballs completely, which is very unlikely, so just cooperate and we can all get on with our lives a little bit faster. I always like those drawings that have been done of like the inside of Pokeballs. I probably mentioned that before, but those are really cool. Come on, come on, come on! And we got it! Very nice. Zapdos' data was added to the Pokedex, making good progress. This legendary bird Pokemon causes savage thunderstorms by flapping its glittering wings. I'm not going to give a nickname. Alright, so I think any morning between like 9 and 11, I could be wrong there, but I think it's 9 and 11. In fact, I have it up on my other screen. Let's see, Lieutenant Surge, yes, any morning between 9 and 11. You can find Lieutenant Surge here after you defeated Zapdos, and if you have a Pikachu with you as your partner Pokemon. So I do have a Pikachu from when I bred the Pichu to show Bill's grandfather, to get the Water Stone, to do Ruins of Alph. A lot of like, whatever you call that, like tiered quests in Pokemon, which is kind of cool, because it's kind of like a natural thing. But anyway, I'll grab the Pikachu, do some walking here, I guess tomorrow morning before I go to, 9 o'clock. That'll be weird. I'll have to, I don't know when I'll do that, because you can't call Lieutenant Surge until Friday either. I don't know. I'll figure out something. Maybe I'll, because I usually get to work around 9 or a little later, so maybe I'll bring my DS with me and just do it in the car real quick, save outside before I go into work. And then, because Friday morning is the morning you call him, so, and tomorrow is Thursday morning, so it's really tomorrow or nothing. Or I have to wait a long time again. I guess I could do it on Friday morning, but if I did it like Saturday or Sunday, which would be ideal, I'd have to wait till next Friday, which is not ideal. Anyway, I probably will spread out the rest of the episodes, because it looks like we have enough for maybe 3 more gym leader battles, and I do really want to get Blue set up before the 3rd one of those, obviously, so might be a little while, but I'll try to spread those out over the next week, and that's good because I have other stuff I need to be doing anyway besides playing Pokemon. And again, won't affect my upload schedule because I'm way ahead of the game at this point. So yeah, anyway, that's what I'll be doing. Hopefully you guys have a great couple days or great day or great few minutes, however long it is until you see the next episode. It'll be a day for me, so from my point of view, I will see you guys tomorrow. And from your point of view, I will see you as soon as you click the next button.